Hello everyone. On this day, it is a Thursday, June 15th, and I am Michael Taylor, and you will not be seeing Lisa Hart around here for a while, unfortunately. We said a great goodbye to her yesterday, and it was really a wonderful show. I hope you guys got to see it. It was wonderful. We had some great videos. We were on with Paul Ortiz and just talked about all the years that she spent here during COVID years and everything, making the show such a terrific experience for you. And I hope I can do the same. I really do. So today on the show, we're going to start off pretty strong. We have the Golden Rain Foundation, and President Bunny Carpenter is going to be here. So we'll look forward to that. We're going to have all sorts of updates about what's going on in the foundation and a couple other surprises. So stay tuned for that. In our meetings, we have a few that are going on. Golden Rain Foundation agenda prep is going to be in the Willow Room. Let me step out of the way a little bit so you guys can see that. And also, 9:30 today, United Architectural Controls and Standards Committee Board. They're going to be meeting in the boardroom. And 1:30, United Governing Documents Review in the boardroom as well. Let's take a look at that weather. Do not hold me responsible for any of this. It's still cloudy, it is still cool, but we're getting there. The temperatures are going to start going up. We even have one sunny day in the forecast if you look down the line there a little bit. Tomorrow, Friday, we are hoping for sunny skies. That should be nice. And we're going to move just through the 70s, really. 75 is going to be our peak. Then Monday, unfortunately, we kind of get down to the cool stuff again. The June gloom is holding on strong. There's not much we can do about that, so we'll just have to move on. Sunset, sunrise. Let's take a look at that. Hey, you guys should recognize this picture right here in Laguna Woods. Wonderful sunrise we had this morning at 5:39. Sunset is 8:02. All right, hey, really important thing we want to tell you about right now. Stay informed out here, right? The El Toro closure. The on-ramp at El Toro for the southbound I-5 is going to be closed starting tomorrow. This is the last day you guys can ignore me about this. Okay, so starting tomorrow, this is happening. It's going to run all the way through June 26th. You'll still be able to get on the southbound if you go over there by over where the restaurants are, Farm Boys, and over there. That on-ramp will still be open for the southbound I-5. This is going to be a big inconvenience, so plan accordingly. Okay, there we go. Coming up on the show, we have the Golden Rain Foundation. Bunny Carpenter, stay with us.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
Welcome to Harvard Eye Associates. We're focused on your eye care at all three of our Orange County locations.
Our new location in Laguna Hills, Orange, and San Clemente.
Each facility features the latest in advanced technology and diagnostic equipment.
And a trusted collection of doctors that care about your vision and your quality of life.
We deliver what matters to you and your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
The Salvation Army Orange County is proud to be a leader in providing comprehensive care to families, men, women, young adults, seniors, and veterans in Orange County. Our shelters provide food, clothing, counseling, housing navigation, and job training. We also provide care through rent and utility assistance, food pantries, anti-trafficking services, adult rehabilitation, and youth programs. Donate today to help families in need and empower individuals towards self-sufficient life.
Hi, welcome to Pacific Financial Planners. We focus on income replacement for your retirement. We have over 3 decades of professional money management experience. We personalize a plan that's right for you and your family. You only get one shot at retirement. Don't you think you better get it right? So give us a call for your free consultation. We can do this over the phone, via Zoom, or in person.
Golden Rain Foundation has been doing a lot of work lately. Here to give us an update on everything that's going on, we welcome the president, Bunny Carpenter. Thanks for being here this morning.
Thank you.
So let's get into it. What are some of the latest things that we're going to kind of jump into, and what's the Golden Rain Foundation been doing?
One of the things that the Golden Rain Foundation is going to be doing is, I was sitting here and thinking about it, but our greatest achievements recently was how we order vehicles. Okay. In the past, we had to go to the committee, and the committee was approving each vehicle that we bought. Now, understand we have about 144 vehicles just for, a year. That's not the total amount of vehicles that we have. It's large. So anyway, we started working with Sourcewell, and which is a firm that does the purchasing for you. And so now we have the committee will approve the specification once a year, and staff will go ahead and order the vehicles when they need them. And what this does is cut out a lot of red tape in order to get these vehicles ordered. But the other big thing that happened yesterday, especially at the MNC meeting, was the approval of the scope for Clubhouse 1. We've been working on that for so long, and
that's the beautification of Clubhouse 1?
Clubhouse 1, yes. I mean, beautification. We've gone through interior designers. It's just taken us a long time to get there. And so now it's in the hands of MNC. And the scope, I can tell you, it's about this big, but it is an achievement, and it really made me feel good that we had an opportunity to get that passed. The other thing that is so important and everybody's interested is the space planning.
Okay.
So I think most people know the story. The Building E is basically our maintenance building, and we had security and maintenance and moisture intrusion. We had several departments that stayed there, but the building was so bad that we just couldn't keep those employees in there any longer.
All right, so this is kind of a study to see where we can move them feasibility-wise, space-wise.
Right, and so we have that report in that it was done by the Austin company, and on June 29th, we will have a meeting and basically show that to the corporate members. It's an open meeting, and it is a show and tell. That's all it is, a show and tell. This is what we came up with. So I'm really excited, basically to present that to the corporate members. Okay.
You have some slides for us. We kind of wanted to maybe go through some of the slides, some of the information on the slides, and
right.
If you want to jump into some of those, I know that it's quite a full agenda you guys have going on there. The work seems to be endless.
It is endless, believe me.
So we got an update on the dues that are going on?
Well, one of the things that's happening right now, and everybody knows, we're going through a budget, okay? And I thought it would be a good time to talk about the dues because there is such a misunderstanding as to what is GRF dues. GRF collects the dues for the housing and for GRF. And so many people out there think that all that money goes to GRF, and it doesn't.
Right.
So I just wanted to clarify a little bit, that it's GRF members. There's a collection right now is $221.31 out of your monthly dues, and that's collected for the GRF membership. And we are at the point right now that we are looking at what the dues is going to be for next year. So last year, we were able to have a surplus of $10. And so they only raised the dues something like $3.81.
Okay.
Well, we don't have that surplus this year, but we do expect to have some surplus that we'll be able to bring down.
Right. Yeah, and those certainly and people need to understand the inflation that went on between the last year. And I mean, I imagine that ate up a lot of what the projections were. When you do these budgets, you're a year out in a lot of cases, and maybe sometimes even more, trying to say what are the costs going to be, and it was really hard to predict those things.
It really is. If you look at the chart and you see how much the GRF dues, that part of that is for employees, and it has. I think the last time we looked, it was about 65%, and that keeps growing because of the cost of raising the rates. And I have to say that we try to keep up with inflation. We try, because we really value our employees. I have to say that. But then we also have everything else that we need to cover.
Sure.
You can see over here what GRF oversees. It's a lot.
Yeah, right. And it's just, and there's also a lot of transparency in that. If people really have questions, they can go to the website. They can look at the numbers themselves, right? They're all there.
They are all there. They are in the Green Book, and I encourage everybody to go to the website and basically look at. You can see it by department, basically on the expense, and I have to tell you how important it is for these facilities to be kept up.
Right.
If everybody just doesn't want to spend money and they don't want to keep it up, you're going to see a deterioration in our community.
Right, right. And that's the important thing. When communities without HOAs, when you go in there, because there's no standards, there are no, in terms of maintenance and yards and your homes and parking on the street and all kind of things that HOA kind of does behind the scenes, and you think it's automatic, but it's really not.
No, it isn't. And I think our recreation, is really great. And we here at this community cover everything, sports, our recreation, our entertainment,
right.
Everything is for all ages. And what I'm understanding is that the average age for coming into our community, it was 78, the average age. And I understand now it's 72. So you're seeing more and more younger people come into the community. And that's why it's important that we keep it up.
Right, and then we have a graph here. I think I was just looking at it earlier. Operations and maintenance, costs associated with landscaping, utilities, repairs, general upkeep, common areas, swimming pools, clubhouses, fitness centers, recreation areas. We want those to be wonderful. We want those to be safe. We want them to be upkept and those kinds of things.
Right.
And that just costs money. Those are the realities.
They are the realities, and I'm glad that we have an opportunity to actually talk about it today. Because again, I have to say, the dues will be raised this year, and I'm sure that if everybody understands the money that we have to spend and actually how conservative GRF really is with the money that we have to spend, that they will, want to vote for that increase.
Right, and it's not like this is an outside entity. These are folks who live here. You're looking out for yourselves. When you spend this money, you're spending your money.
That's right. That's right.
So
right.
Being a good steward. So let's go over some of the other expenses that we're talking about here. Security, emergency services. That's a big thing too. And those are people. That's people, and those are expenses that are real. And
you have to really look at what security does in this community. We have a very large security department.
Right.
And they help keep us safe. That's the biggest thing. They help keep us safe. And GRF basically has direct oversight, for security is part of their responsibility.
And then there's other community services, just like wellness, education programs, those things that GRF oversees too, right?
Right. Recreation has is taking on more and more as far as our exercises classes and things like that. We do have a lot of education also by Saddleback, which I've in the past attended these classes, and they're just wonderful. And one of the big expenses is lifeguards. Lifeguards, we tried one time to reduce some of the lifeguards, and the community had a fit. You know, we're old people. You got to keep us safe. We want a lifeguard, you know, at every pool. So
yeah, that's all. I mean, that's all ages. That's just that's just smart. That's being responsible, really.
Right.
Yeah. And you know, some of the other things like that you guys are upgrading. There's technology to upgrade, and we all want to have the modern stuff. So I mean, that tech does not come cheap.
Oh my gosh! Well, this year it's been really a challenge. We've spent a lot of time on technology. The biggest thing that was passed, not just recently, but I think it was last year, is the ERP, which is the village operating system. And once that system gets in, there'll be more efficiency in regards to being able to buy your tickets, being able to, just for staff, you know, it'll be really good for staff. It's not something that everybody sees, but it's something that is so needed, and eventually they will be able to see the efficiency of that. Now we are in the point that possibly by the end of the year they will start installing that. So that's a big one, and then we have the website. So in this next month, the website, the vendor, the selection
Right,
of
there's
vendor.
a relaunch on the way for this website. That big deal, right?
It is a big deal. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a big improvement. Basically, the website before was patched together, and so it's a very strong feeling, recommendation based upon the people that have that skill set. That is a very necessary to do in order to keep up with the laws, for one thing, the ADA requirements, and also for ease of reference.
So when you talk to folks about why we have HOA fees and what is the value, what kind of things do you tell them in terms of value of having an HOA and paying those monthly fees?
It is so important. One of the biggest values is our property values. Okay, when we have our property is well maintained, okay, it creates a positive impression and enhances overall aesthetics of the neighborhood.
Right.
It just, when you come into this community, you know, you feel like we're all here for the same reason. We're all here to enjoy the last part of our life, and it just makes a very good impression when our community is well kept up. So the other thing is a community cohesion, which is what that regular maintenance, you know, ensures these areas are safe, clean, inviting, promoting a sense of community, and encouraging residents to engage with one another. So if it can lead, if our community is neglected, it can lead to dissatisfaction among homeowners and decline of community spirit. And I really have to speak to that because of the fact that there are so many people out there that says, keep our dues low, don't spend money, don't keep up the clubhouses. You really don't need to do that. You really don't need to paint this year. But if you don't do it, it costs you more in the long run.
Right, absolutely. And that deferred maintenance is a really big deal. When you're looking at poorly lit streets, cracked sidewalks, and that kind of, and then who wants to go out at night or who wants to walk these sidewalks? And so if it's not inviting, you're not going to have that spirit of community where people are out there and using the facilities, feeling safe in the community and all those things. That's a really part of why most people moved here in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is a wonderful gated community. So what we're also talking about is resident satisfaction. And so it's the fact that when they come here, they expect a certain quality of life. They expect a certain, aesthetics. And by keeping it up, paying your dues. I have to say that again, paying your dues. The residents are happy, with the condition of their community. It fosters a positive living environment, and it can continue. It's long-term residency and resident involvement.
Absolutely, and there's just the reality of if you want nice things, if you have nice things, if you want to keep those things up, the very things that attracted you to the community, you can't come in now and say, well, I don't want to pay for those things. But and I think that's probably the thing that a lot of folks don't understand about HOAs and the standards that they have. What are some of the biggest misconceptions you would say that when people ask you questions about HOA and why our dues are this and why we do these things, what are some of the things that you would say that they mostly don't quite get right or don't understand?
They really don't understand the cost, okay? And I have to tell you that a friend of mine and myself, we went to Texas and we went to see several different homeowners, so 55 plus communities, and some of the biggest in Del Webb. And so we came back and realized what a value you have here. People that think our dues are high, that's what they say, our dues are high. Our dues are low for what we get. We get TV, we get water. And those new communities out there, they don't provide the upkeep that we get, like the outside of our buildings. Right. When you go into a new 55 plus, you take care of that whole building. You take care of the lawn and everything in front of your facility. And I can tell you, they do not have a pack. They do not have large Clubhouse 5, in order to have the entertainment that we have. Right,
and that's the thing. And then one of the most important things, I think, is those reserves. The reserves are so important because things happen. A pipe breaks, a roof suddenly, there's leaks and those kinds of things with all the storms we had last year. Right. And those are the realities of having a strong reserve. And HOAs, they'll let those reserves kind of dip down or are in real trouble when there's, we need to do a repipe or things like that. So those are one of those kind of emergency things that is also important to have a healthy reserve, right?
Yes, and GRF has a healthy reserve. And we also had a reserve study, which is in the Green Book, and everybody can look at it. We're lucky to have Jim Hopkins on our board, which is a very skilled financial analyst, and he basically put it together for us, as to what dues we should be paying every month that would take care of all of our expenses for the next 25 years. And so because of that, our dues are in good shape. Our reserve is in very good shape.
Well, that's wonderful talking to you, Bunny. Thank you so much for coming in. Bunny Carpenter, president of GRF, thank you very much. You are watching ThisDay on Village Television, and we'll be right back with some announcements and a recap of the weather.
COVID-19 has us all practicing social distancing, but in times like this, it's just as necessary to remember the importance of maintaining good dental health. Good dental health can help improve your body's immune system to fight deadly diseases, from respiratory infections to heart disease and diabetes. Our general dentists and specialists are committed to helping you stay healthy. Located right next to Laguna Woods with a bus stop right in front, we are open to see you for emergency cases. Call today for an appointment, 949-830-0074.
Did you hear the big news? The FDA announced the over-the-counter hearing aid program. It's been 6 years in the making. And what does that mean to you if you wear hearing aids or if you're thinking about wearing hearing aids for the first time? Most people are asking themselves, what is an over-the-counter hearing aid? Would it work for me? Where do I get them to try? How much do they cost? For over 40 years, Advanced Ear Care has been helping answer questions just like this. Call us today and find out more. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
The Salvation Army Orange County is committed to building hope in people's lives rather than just more shelters. The Center of Hope, a comprehensive homeless care solution, combines a 325-bed emergency shelter, 72 permanent supportive housing apartments, on-site medical, dental, vision, and mental health care, and an award-winning drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. Donate today to transform lives, create safer neighborhoods, and provide an opportunity to end chronic homelessness in Orange County.
That was a fun time with Bunny. I want to tell you a couple announcements that we want to look at before we leave you. We have the June food distribution. It's going to be a drive-through. We load groceries right into the car. It's going to be on June 16th, tomorrow, from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. United Methodist Church on Moulton Parkway is going to be doing that for you. Everybody is welcome. It's sponsored by Saddleback Church, and for more information, you can call the number there on your screen. Aquadettes, they're coming up. And they're going to have a big fundraiser, second annual, I want to say this right, Boot Scoochin' Boogie, featuring Doug Houston. It's a barbecue dinner. That should be fun. That's going to be on the 17th. That's this weekend. Tickets are $35, 5 to 8 p.m. No host bar. There's going to be a raffle. It's a big fundraiser for Aquadettes and to do all the shows they do and help them do their rehearsals and all the stuff they do behind the scenes to put on those great shows. So make sure you get out there and support the Aquadettes. They're a fun group. Okay, let's recap the weather real quick. It's going to be, again, cloudy, not so fantastic again, but warm weather is on the way. Hopefully tomorrow we're going to get a breakthrough and the sun is going to come out for a little while. Not too warm. Our hottest day is going to be Saturday, which is fantastic. Get out there and enjoy some of the wonderful weather that we're going to have. And we're going to get a little cooler again next week. No idea when all this June gloom is going to be out here. Maybe July. Seems to make sense to me. All right, you've been watching This Day. I'm Michael Taylor, and we hope you enjoyed the program. You can watch us at 9 a.m., 12:30, and 5 right here on Village Television. Thanks for watching.